Hello. In this video, I'm going to walk you through importing ArcMap styles into QGIS. This lecture is composed of 7 items. First, load export style tool in ArcMap. Second, export style from ArcMap. Third, install Layer plugin in QGIS. Fourth, install Mdb Tools. Fifth, convert .style to XML. Sixth, import .xml style into QGIS. And seventh, implement imported style elements to symbolize layer in QGIS. The first item is load export style tool in ArcMap. In this video, I'm using a feature dataset representing the geological formation of Saudi Arabia. It's symbolized, as you can see, in ArcMap. I'm using this to show you how to transfer the symbology from ArcMap into QGIS. So how do we get the ArcMap style export? So we go first from the Customize menu, we pick Customize mode, and then look for Export Map Styles from the second tab, the Commands tab, and then drag that command into the toolbar, Export Map Styles. Now it's a button in the toolbar. The second item in the lecture, load export style from ArcMap, and you do that by just clicking on the newly created button and giving it a name. We are going to see how to do that in a demonstration. So this is the ArcMap document. I'm going to the Customize menu. I'm going to Customize mode, middle tab, the Commands tab, and I'm going to look for Export Map Styles. Now this is the button, so I'm going to click and drag it up to the toolbar. Now I'm going to export this style. I need to keep the colors. So export map style, and I'm going to place it on the desktop. I'm going to give it a name like geology style. That's it from ArcMap. Now I'm going to close ArcMap, and I'm going to move forward in my lecture. The third item in this video is install Layer plugin in QGIS. Layer is the Esri to QGIS compatibility suite. It does provide much more than what we are going to show in this lecture. It does provide MXD, MXT, and PMF porting from Esri into QGIS. If you like to know more about North Road, you just go to their website, northroad.com, north-road.com. So how do we install the plugin? We just go to plugins and pick manage and install plugins. And then we start typing Layer in the search box, and then we get the Layer Community Edition. Now we have to distinguish between the Community Edition and the full-fledged edition. The Community Edition is the free one. It does provide the free part, which is the importing of style files into XML. So we click Install Plugin, and this is what we end up with. We have a new entry in the toolbox in the right-hand side panel, toolbox panel, and that entry is called Layer. When we expand it, we have many entries: AVL styles, LYR datasets, MXD documents, PMF published maps, style databases, SXD documents. The only one that is available for free is the style databases, and the only one that we are interested in is the convert Esri style to Qjs Style Xml. Now we are going for a demo. We are going to see how to do that. So here, this is a QGIS document that I have loaded the same shapefiles that we have seen on ArcMap. But here we are going to import the style and symbolize it using the same style. So I'm going to go to plugins first, manage and install plugins. and I'm going to start typing Slayer, and here it pops up, Slayer Community Edition. So I'm going to pick it and click Install Plugin. But first let's read what does it do. So Esri Style and LYR to QGIS Symbology Converter. Okay, so I'm going to click Install Plugin and close. This is the processing toolbox panel on your right hand side, and you can see there is a new entry here called Slayer and between brackets community, and these are the different entries under Slayer: AVL, LYR, MXD, PMF, Style, SXD. We are only interested in style databases. So when we expand it, we see convert Esri style to GPL color palette and convert Esri style to Qjs Style XML. This is really what we are interested in. Now, if we click on this one, it's going to give us an error. This algorithm cannot be run. The Mdb Tools, Mdb export utility is required to convert .style databases. Please set up a path to the Mdb Tools utility in the Settings-Options dialog under the Slayer tab. So we are going to see this. Let's see the description of what we are going to do next. So the fourth item in this video is install Mdb Tools. As said in the error message that we have just seen, is that we need to access the options dialog box and then go to the Slayer tab that has been created for us. And under this, you will find that there is a section called Mdb Tools. This Mdb Tools, it provides you with two things. First, it provides you with where you can download the toolset from, and it provides you with an input box where you should put the path to that toolset once you install it. So if you don't have these files, you just click on this hyperlink, and then once you get it and extract it, you provide the path where you extracted these files at, and then you click OK. So I did that, and then I have under Drive D, I have a folder that contains the extracted files, and then I click OK. And let's see how we do that in real. We go to Settings, Options, and then this is the Mdb Tools under Slayer tab. And this Slayer tab was only created after we installed the plugin. If I don't have the Mdb Tools utility, I can click here and it's going to get downloaded. Otherwise, I do have it, so I'm going to click the ellipsis and pick the folder where I have placed these tools at. So Mdb Tools Win Master, select folder. So now they are here. So when I click OK, if I click Convert Esri Style to Qjs Style XML, it's not going to give me an error. So the next step is convert .style to .xml. And we do that just by clicking, as we saw. You click on Convert Esri Style to Qjs Style XML, and then you feed in the location of your style file and the destination of the XML file that you want to generate. So let's see how we do that. So I'm going to click here, and now I have the dialog box of Convert Esri Style to Qjs Style XML. I'm going first to choose the style file that I created in ArcMap. So I'm going to click the ellipsis, and this is the file that I created, geologystyle.style, open. And then I'm going to provide a destination XML file. I'm going to place it in the same place. So I'm going to give it the same name as well, geology style. And I'm going to give it XML just to distinguish it. And so this is the file that is going to be generated once I click run. So I'm going to click run now, and it's done. I'm going to click close. The sixth step is import .xml style into QGIS. So first we have to access the style manager from the settings menu. And then we need to access the import export button. And then we need to key in the place where the XML file is located. And then we click import. Let's go to the demo. So first we have to go to settings, style manager, import items. And then I'm going to click and pick that XML file I just created in the previous step, open, and then select all and import. It's going to tell me that a symbol with the same name, with the name Arab formation already exists. Override. I'm going to say yes to all. I already imported them before, so they are present. And then I'm going to say close. So that was step number 6. The 7th and last step in the importing of styles from ArcMap to QGIS is implement imported style elements to symbolize layer in QGIS. And this is how it's done. First you categorize your map and use the same variable that is used in ArcMap. And you pick a random coloring scheme. And then you go to Advanced, click Match to saved symbols. And the names here are supposedly the same names of the symbols. And then once you click that, it gives you, it matches the symbology to the categories and gives you a message, matched 35 categories to symbols. That's it. And then you get a map in QGIS that resembles exactly the same map in ArcMap. Okay, so the first thing is we need to symbolize the layer. So I'm going to change it to categorized, and I'm going to pick the name for field that is used to map it in ArcMap and classify. So now it's mapped with different colors. Of course, these are not the standardized coloring scheme of geology. So now I'm going to click Advanced, Match to saved symbols, and it gives me a message saying matched 35 categories to symbols. I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to click OK. Now it picked the exact same symbology that was used in ArcMap. And this is actually the end product. So we were able to import the exact same symbology from ArcMap to QGIS. Now imagine if you had a lot of works, a lot of maps that were created in ArcMap with specific symbology adhering to certain standards and specifications, and you have decided, or your organization has decided, to move to QGIS, and you don't want to spend all the effort that was invested in symbolizing these maps in QGIS, so you can just port that symbology from ArcMap into QGIS using the steps that I have outlined in the past few minutes. This is all what I wanted to say. I hope it was useful, and thank you for listening, and see you next time.